Hi everyone, it's Diane. I am almost done making Christmas journals. This one is complete and I have another one in the works that is almost done. I'll give you a sneak peek at that one at the end of this video. But this is the one that I'm going to show you today. And this will be in my shop, available to first come, first serve when the video goes up. It's made with a Whitman Big Telltale book called Santa's Surprise Book, and I love this retro Santa Claus. Illustrated by Florence Sarah Winship. Beautiful. And look at the back. Just as cute. I put this fabric on the spine and added some buttons and some ribbon. And it has 3 signatures, as most of my books do. I didn't do anything to the end papers because they were very pretty just as they were. I couldn't cover up those images. And there's a different fabric on the inside with some vintage red rickrack. I have shown parts of this as I did process videos. I did have some vintage Christmas card images of retro Santas that are just so adorable. And I had 3 of them that were in this nice big size, so I was able to put them on the front of each signature as a tuck spot. There's some lace and some more red and gold ribbon. This is from another vintage Christmas card, and it actually has a message written on it. Someone cut it out with pinking shears. I didn't do that. This was a package you may have seen in a previous video. I got a Happy Mail that had a little bundle, a little clear plastic envelope full of Christmas card pieces, and they were all vintage, and someone was making gift tags out of them. So I've been using them a lot in all of my Christmas journals that I've been making. And by the way, this one is number 8. So the next one that I'm working on is number 9, and it is the final one for this year. This is a really vintage postcard. You can see something was on it that created this kind of, I don't know, stain. It's not a stain, it's just where this looks like this part aged and this part didn't. I don't really know, but anyway, it's not a used card, but it is really cool. So that goes in there too. I did some stenciling and some stamping, and I used Mrs. Cog's images. This one says, "Dear Santa, I can explain." I love that. Maybe this little boy here is explaining. This is a Norman Rockwell image. And I used some little gift tags, vintage gift tag images that I got. I think I got them from Etsy. I just have to I have to go back in and look and see where they came from. I think I looked on Pinterest, but I'm pretty sure that I actually purchased these from Etsy. And I know I purchased some tags with retro Santas on them from Etsy, from Country at Heart. This is from TLC Creates Vintage, and it has a to-do list here and notes. I thought that was really cute for a Christmas journal. This is part of a Christmas kit that I used of hers, and that was a leftover piece from last year. A piece of fabric here with a really pretty image. So I think all of the fabric flips in here are out of this fabric. And there's a vintage green trim at the top. Underneath this, I glued a Christmas recipe card that you can write on. There's another little stamp of Santa in his sleigh. This is some coffee dye craft paper, and this is one of the gift tag images that I got. Computer paper here with stockings. This is from Tsunami Rose, another leftover piece from last year. And this was actually printed on cardstock. Some graph paper. There's an image of Santa drinking some ginger ale. Each signature has one of these jeweler's envelopes that I collaged on. I did a video on this. And on the back it just says Merry Christmas, and then inside is a tag that I made, and this is one of the vintage images that I either got from Pinterest or Etsy. I'll link it below. If it's from Etsy, I'll link it below. And just a place for journaling. So like I said, each signature got one, so I kind of staggered where they were on the page and where the paper clip is with the seam binding, so that the paper clip or the seam binding is not all in the same area. This is a slide mount, an empty slide mount that I painted with gold paint and then stamped with a variety of stamps. And then I put these little scraps of a scrapbook paper that I've had. I just saved this scrap because I liked it, and I finally found a use for it. This one says naughty and this one says nice. And then I added some vintage sequins. This is cut from a vintage Christmas card, part of that bundle that I got. And these are both, this is from Country at Heart, the tags that I just got, and this is something I got last year. And here's a glassine bag with a little vintage gift tag with Santa on it, vintage rickrack, and a adorable little Christmas tree button, and another of the Country at Heart tags. Santa is holding a kitty cat. North Pole there, another gift tag image. There's the reindeer. And another gift tag image here. I just used some decorative, some pattern paper and used a punch on it. I think I did that. Yeah, this one too. It's just a scrap of paper and I used an edge punch on it and then added this piece. The other side of that TLC paper, to-do list and notes again. This is just coffee dyed paper. And then I used a piece of that fabric and made a pocket out of it with a grosgrain ribbon. This is a tag that someone sent me last year, I'm pretty sure. It has some reindeer on it. And another pinked piece of a Christmas card with a Santa on it. This is a really fun journal with really fun images. This one has a scrap of pattern paper and another scrap of pattern paper there and one of the vintage tag images, and it says up on the rooftop. I'm not sure where I got this image. I've had it for a while, but I fussy cut her and glued her to this piece of, it's scrapbook paper, but it looks like ledger paper. It's got a little fancy cut at the bottom. And a couple of Santa playing cards. Here's the next signature with the another of the retro Santa images from Christmas cards. And I just used a scrap of scrapbook paper, folded it, and tucked it in there. There's the reindeer flying across the sky. Now the center of the book, the center signature has all of the pages from this book. So they're all in here in order so you can actually read the story. Santa's Surprise Book. And I did put some other pages in between some of the pages. Another fabric flip with some green trim. And again, a scrap of paper that's been edge punched and a pretty little image of a vintage tag. It says to and from. This is just a little collage that I made, a little cluster with a gift tag and some punched out shapes and some various pieces, and a little tag is tucked in there. And this is another of the envelopes. I've got to erase the numbers. This one says Toy Soldiers. And there's a little tag that's just stapled on there. Again, paper scrap and a little image. Isn't she cute? I love those retro images. And here's the other reindeer with Santa right behind them. This was a gift tag that was on one of my packages last year or the year before, and I just glued it on as a tuck spot. And there's a tag that I made and a Santa playing card. And the last retro Santa Christmas card, I love that image. Oh, I'll have to put something in this, some seam binding in there too. Mod Podge tag. Look at that cute little pony. That one says sleigh bells, and there's another fabric flip. And the last envelope has a train on the front and then a little tag with a train on it on the back. This just says fa la la all across the page. And then here's another of the slide mounts, and this one has some little pictures of Santa Claus. These were actually little digital tags that I had printed last year, and I just cut them to fit in there. Another piece, well, these are both pieces of vintage Christmas cards. And this one is so cute. It's got a Santa with a list. Inside it says, "To Jennifer from Ken," and on the back it says December 1968. A little glassine bag with another gift tag on it. It's got some green twine wrapped around it. And then this tag. Another piece of fabric sewn on as a pocket with a little vintage postcard and a Christmas recipe card. This came from a vintage Christmas card. It was already cut out, it was already fussy cut, but the star was missing, so I just glued on a little sequin star that I had. You'd never know it. And here's a tree, so I put the word tinsel. Those are Mrs. Cog's words, by the way. All of those throughout this book. Another scrap of paper here, and I fussy cut this out. It's one of those images of gift tags. I fussy cut him out and glued him to a green background. This is from a wrapping paper that I have. An advertisement for Little Folks Color Kit. And you can journal on the back. And another playing card. And here's the back end paper of a little boy with his surprise book that Santa made for him. Alright, so Santa's surprise book will be listed in my shop. I'm going to tie it with this red and green tulle. However, it does cover Santa's face, so you might not want to keep it on there. I'm just including it in case you put a lot of stuff in this book and make it pop open, so you need to tie it shut. So you don't have to keep the tulle on it. Of course, it is your book. You can do what you want. Now, let me give you a sneak peek of the other book I'm working on. This is made with a Elsie Bell's bookshelf kit. Actually, two kits. One is Christmas Cocoa and the other one is Christmas Cookie. So I love the way this cover turned out. And I'm not going to show you any more. Sneak peek. I will show you the rest when it's done, because I'm going to finish it up today, I think. And then I'll just show you the whole thing. And you didn't get to see any of the process because I just worked on this by myself. But I love it. I love this book because I love cocoa. So I hope you'll come back to see that. Probably I'll have a video up for you tomorrow, and then this book will be listed when you see the video. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you like these journals. I thank you all for your support, and so far, like I said, this is number 8 and number 9 for Christmas journals, and they've all sold as I list them in the shop, and I so much appreciate that. But I am looking forward to getting started on something other than Christmas after this, although I have enjoyed all of these. All right, so that's enough rambling. I'm going to let you go, and I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye-bye.